In this video, we're going to look at plugins for WordPress. I'm going to look at the plugins page in the dashboard for a site that I have up called Living Life by Design. And my goal here is to show you some of the more common plugins used with WordPress, as well as some of the plugins that I'd recommend to using. And a couple of them will be dependent on what your site is about, but some of these are just standard pretty much across the board. So let's get started here. I have 11 plugins on this particular site that I'm using. I'm just going to kind of go down through the list and explain briefly what each one does. The essential plugin, in my opinion, is Akismet. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it monitors your comments, and it helps prevent spam comments from coming onto your site. I highly recommend using that. It's fairly straightforward. I do believe you need an API. Yeah, you need an API key. You simply go to their website to grab that API key, and you can use this key to set up this plugin to stop spam comments from coming onto your site. So that's a key one, Akismet. I also use on this site all-in-one SEO. I love this plugin. It allows you to add custom titles, custom descriptions, custom keywords to every page, so it certainly increases your SEO results. And I'd recommend that if you don't have if SEO is not built into the theme that you're using, I highly recommend this all-in-one SEO pack. There's another good one out there, which the name escapes me at the moment, but do some research and definitely have a plugin to handle your SEO if it's not built into the theme that you're using. Contact Form 7. I've used this for several years now. Contact Form 7 allows me to easily put contact forms on the website. I can have multiple contacts forms, fairly straightforward to set up. So great, another great plugin. FeedBurner Feedsmith. Pretty much have this on any site where I'm doing RSS feeds. Gives the viewers options to receive my blog through RSS or through email. So again, that's another one I highly recommend. That's pretty much across the board for the websites that I have set up. Google Analytics. I can't say these words. Analyticator, another great plugin if you're using Google Analytics, which I highly recommend. This will set up your WordPress site to send those analytics over to your Google account, so you can monitor activity on your account. Google XML sitemaps. An XML sitemap on your root folder of your site is highly recommended. It helps increase the search engine results. This plugin called Google XML Sitemaps will place that sitemap at your root directory for your site. Image Widget. This is kind of an optional one. Image Widget is just a way to place images either on the sidebar or down below at the bottom, depending how your theme handles and where it places widgets. But if you have more of a visual site, you need to place images in those areas. Image Widget plugin is a great one to use. Scribe SEO. Now, of all the plugins that I have here, this is the one that is not free. It's a monthly subscription, actually. Scribe SEO, it comes highly recommended. It's just a great way to even further your search engine results. It's an analyzer. So when I do a post, I put in my custom title, custom keyword, custom description, etc. Then I have this Scribe SEO over on the side, which I say go ahead and analyze this post and see how it's going to do with search engine, and it analyzes it and it gives me hints. It actually gives me a percentage from 0 to 100% of how it will do in the search engines, and it then gives recommendations on how to do better by search engine results. So a great plugin, but again, it's not free. Twitter, Facebook, Social Share. Again, this is optional. There's other ones out there that do the same thing, but this is the plugin that I use to connect to my social media accounts: Twitter, Facebook, Google+, etc. WordPress database backup. To back up the database, I highly recommend that. WP Cache speeds up the WordPress site. I'm going to jump to another site because I want to add to this database backup. This is just the database backup. That's only really part of your website, especially if you're using pages extensively. And another site that I use WordPress kind of heavily, I also have for backup WordPress backup. This includes all the directories, the images, the theme directories, etc. So it's a more complete backup. So this backup along with WordPress data backup gives me a more complete backup. So that's a quick overview of some of the plugins I use. And notice here as I'm doing this, tweet old posts. I actually just installed this recently. Just another way to keep my Twitter accounts, keeping posts out there and rotating through my posts, and this will tweet my old post every now and then. So that's a quick intro to some of the plugins that I use pretty much across the board, except for the few that I did mention.